I have a friend who did froglotusyoga training in Costa Rica, so she told me a lot about her experience, and she's my teacher in Ithaca, New York, and so she told me a lot about just how the training itself goes, and she said that she was like, Surrealita's like, she's never been here, but she knew it was Vidya's project and was just really excited. She was like, I'm really jealous that you get to go there, and so yeah, she just got me really excited about it. So I didn't have really specific in terms of the place. I had looked at the pictures and I was excited, but I didn't know what it would be like really. It's incredible. So really the countryside is so beautiful, and I think everything is done with such great care and craftsmanship is obviously really important. Everything from like the really nice down comforters, which I've really appreciated on the cooler nights, to like the masonry work. The pool area is just so beautiful, and then the dome has been an incredible place to practice in. Just that the open space and the attention of all of the mural paintings and the beautiful window, and having the horses come by every once in a while it's really fun to see. And just really, I feel like Vidya and all the people who have made this happen have created a space where you can really focus on yoga and focus on learning the philosophy and the Sanskrit. And so I'm really grateful for that. So I'm sharing a room with 6 other women right now, and they're incredible. It's been really fun to get to know each one of them. It turns out we have some people in common, even, so there's a woman from Rochester, New York, and I'm from Ithaca, New York. And it turns out her cousin is dating a friend of mine. So it's a small world. But yeah, sharing a room has been really actually a special, and I think a plus of my time here, having people to, process what's happened in the day. And also, for me, I'm not a morning person. So having other people getting up and going to meditation is like helpful for me to get moving in the day, and that we're all doing that together. And then just, getting to hear what has brought people to doing yoga and to taking, these 3 weeks to really deepen their practice, and what's drawing people to choose to teach yoga. So yeah, I've really loved having roommates, and we've worked it out really well. I feel really excited. I feel like I've been given a really great foundation. I definitely appreciate the request that's made that we teach 10 free classes, because I think teaching is the kind of thing that you just really have to do. I can't really read about it anymore. I just have to do it. So that I'm really excited to teach those 10 classes and to start building those teaching muscles, as I've spent these last 21 days working on my yoga practice, starting to build that teaching practice. But yeah, I feel like I've been given a really incredible foundation, from understanding philosophy, like the history of yoga, to the actual Sanskrit names of poses, to the proper alignment of poses. It's been really fun to go through every single pose and be like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. And there have been stuff in my own practice that I'm like, I've been doing this wrong for years. So that's, I think it really added, the focus on alignment and on doing things in an integrated way, so you're not, so you can ensure the longevity of practice. So I feel like I've been given a really great foundation. And, coming in, I hadn't thought about doing a 500-hour training or, really what I would do after. But now I was just telling my roommates, I was like, now I'm actually really excited to find out different workshops and to think about doing a 500-hour after I've gotten some teaching experience. So yes, I'm really excited. I haven't, I have done yoga on and off since I was a kid, actually. And I remember learning Ujjayi breath when I was probably 10 or 11, and being so amazed that I could make that noise in my throat. But it's always just been more of a physical thing than a philosophical thing. And I think some classes are really infused with a little bit of the philosophy, and I've always been excited by that, and I think have been drawn to that aspect of yoga as a holistic thing, rather than just like a class, fitness class at a gym. So it's been cool to learn more about the history and how yoga fits into a larger, the 8-limb path of including meditation and thinking about breath work separately, and thinking, about that journey of holistic living, and everything from diet to the physical asana practice of physical poses, and then including within the philosophy, the yamas and the niyamas. So like, I was raised Catholic, so thinking about it's very similar to the 10 Commandments. So just seeing those connections has been really fun. Yoga draws a lot of different kind of people to the practice for a lot of different reasons. And it's been really fun to get to know all the different people who are here. So the age range is from, I think, Dakota, who's the youngest here, is 20, to people in their mid 60s are here. And it's been cool. Some people definitely came just thinking, I'm gonna deepen my own practice, not necessarily planning to teach. And some of them have said they're thinking about teaching now. And I think the opposite is true, that some people have tried teaching and have been a little bit overwhelmed by it, but hopefully they'll stick with it a little bit, because I think teaching 2 classes, you can't really tell if you're gonna like teaching or not. So but yeah, I think a lot of people are drawn. There's a lot of people here at very transitional points in their lives, which is interesting. Carly was like, I don't know what country I'm going to be living in. So that will be cool to see where everybody ends up. But yeah, people seem to be drawn from a pretty diverse range of backgrounds, and here for pretty diverse reasons. I think it's natural that would happen over a 3-week period when you have people doing a pretty intense physical practice, and trying things they've never tried before. A lot of people didn't have a meditation practice coming into this, so being asked to sit in silence for half an hour every morning, I think now after the 3 weeks, most of us are like, oh, half an hour is not that long. But in the beginning, it's like, wow, I have to sit here this whole time and keep my eyes closed, and it's really hard to not look around. So I think it's, the process of stretching and growing. I think usually it's emotional, and it's in both good and hard ways. And I think a lot of, discussion in my room is about, people feel like they've grown in a lot of different ways over their time here. Some people really loved the Envision Yoga workshop and really felt like they were able to say things about themselves that they've never said before, which is, a cool space is created for people to affirm themselves in ways that they don't normally get to do. I think the yoga teacher training is an incredibly safe space to try new things. So everybody's coming from very different levels of practice, but there are always options given in different poses of different modifications, and it's always done in a very inviting way of like, we're all working together towards, deepening our practice, but you don't have to, and like people don't all have to be at the exact same level to be able to do it. And I really appreciate that, because, we all have different strengths and weaknesses, as we all have different bodies. So that's been a really great piece to see of, older and younger people are able to practice together. And then in terms of just, trying totally new things, a lot of people have never, delved into the philosophy before. So that's been a really cool thing for people to consider. And as I said, the meditation is a new practice for a lot of people. And even, everything down to the food. Like, a lot of people don't eat vegetarian food normally, but the food here is cooked with such care and such quality that I think it's a really incredible introduction into what a vegetarian cuisine can be. And I think it has given people a lot to think about in terms of taking home the holistic practice of really trying to live a more yogic life and philosophy. So, yeah, advice would just be to get excited and to come with an open mind, and just being willing to try new things, and just, trusting in the process. I think I can just see over the last 3 weeks the strength that I've built in my own body and deepened my own practice, and that's a thing that takes practicing every day. And it's just so cool to see, like, my handstand has totally changed over my time here. So just being really excited and invested in that process of practice and of committing to that process. And then, I guess that's all I have, is just be excited. And I don't know. You don't even need to bring that much. Just bring some yoga clothes.